Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Intrepid Dawn. My name is Captain Katarn and this is episode 9 of our Star Wars Rebellion playthrough. Let's get started. So we're playing as the Galactic Empire, I don't know what I was thinking there. We're green, so all of the sectors that are green are currently ours. Anything that is this blue or showing up as white in the galaxy is unknown and unexplored, and anything red is known to be rebel. So as you can see, these are considered the core worlds in here, and in our past episodes we've taken care of them and turned them all to the Empire. Now we're keeping these ones. Anything that has more red on it than green means it's being held by force because the population would rather join the rebels. And part of the reason for that is because of this right here. We have the Death Star. And I've completed one of the Death Stars. I also have a Super Star Destroyer in this group. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ISDs and a Super Star Destroyer and a Death Star. So this is a pretty formidable fleet. And I've blown up 2 of the systems in this world, which probably not recommended. The galaxy is not that happy with me. So right now, before we go on any further, and it might make this episode slightly boring, I hope not. Okay, our diplomat's back. We need to change the tide of the population. So we're going to send our diplomats into this system, and we're going to have them really do their best to ensure that we don't have any issues. So while we're doing that, I'm also going to take the 4th Fleet, which looks like they got the reinforcements, and we're going to go through the Jaws Pro system and try to take that. Now, the Outer Rim is different, so if you're just joining me for the first time, the Outer Rim systems do not display their faction alliance unless you're there, or unless you've actually switched it to your side so that you have an observer. So whenever something happens in the core world, like if Ordo were to suddenly become rebel, we'd know about it instantly because information is freely exchanged. But in the Outer Rim, it's harder to get information, so all these systems that were previously neutral could all be rebel now, and we wouldn't know it. So let me just take a look here too. So we have the 5th Fleet up here with Admiral Ozzel. Looks like we're waiting for some more troops before we attempt to take the planet. So let me see if there's anyone anywhere that we can take. Looks like we can take this one. Since this is a full red bar, I need 6 troops to hold that planet without it going into rebellion. I can't take anything from these, so I need 2 more troops. Let me see if I can take them from the sleuth system, perhaps. Somewhere that we don't really need to have a presence. Here we go. It's going to take them a long time to get there. Let's see. Status, day 2005. So it's going to take 2 months for them to get to the Outer Rim. That's the other thing, too. The distances are all calculated based on an algorithm that the further away they are from something, the longer it takes, but it's a consistent thing, which is pretty cool. And there's actually programs that allow you to edit the way the galaxy looks, and wherever you put the different systems, still relative to the other ones, it recalculates the time. It's really neat. So, alright, so we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And let's see, I know I have Lord Vader over here somewhere. I wanted to keep him off of these worlds, but it's probably better if we didn't. So let's go ahead and bring him. First, I'm going to bring him to Bill Bringy, because this is a system that we control. The reason being, if something were to happen and Phaedus were to be switched back over to the Rebellion, and then Vader were to get there, he would go all the way back to Coruscant because they don't just have him go to the closest one. So by sending him first to a place where we know that we have support, that'll be his base of operations. And let's see, he will be there day 2000, so about 2 months as well. So while that's happening, we also have, looks like a couple fleets that are going to be coming into Farfan. Now, since we used the Death Star in the last episode to destroy, or Firo, since we used the Death Star to destroy the planet, I can't actually do any espionage here, so I'm just gonna have to wait it out and see what fleets show up, but I don't anticipate it being a problem. Let me just make sure that there aren't any other idle diplomats anywhere. So we're gonna use the personnel, and I'm gonna see idle personnel. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Personnel finder. So I'm just gonna go through this. Ben Sada's on a mission. Okay, I know who can do diplomacy just from playing long enough, so that's really what we have to look at. Jirajod is on Solst. Okay, Jirajod and Palaron are actually 2 people that we can use for this, so we need to bring them up here ASAP. They're both our other diplomats, so we'll go ahead and have him do a mission to Carmath. We'll have Jerajah do a mission to Kinyon, and we'll start bringing those populations back online. I'll feel a lot better about leaving the system with the Death Star if we have everything back up to where it needs to be. Now, the other thing, too, is that when we destroy a system, there's a considerable backlash throughout the rest of the galaxy. The Outer Rim doesn't care at all. That's the great thing about it. They don't really get information out there, but the core worlds, they flip out. So because of that, everything here used to be like 100% Empire. And as you can see, it's ticked off twice. Now, it definitely ticked off more over here because they're closer to the planets that blew up, so they have a little bit more of an influence than some of the, more outlying systems would. Okay, so that's where we are. A little bit of background that we're just going to play. I also, by getting them back up to where they need to be, we'll get a lot of these maintenance points back, because right now we're losing a ton to smuggling, which is really a problem. And you can see we have a ton of materials, so I could just start, mining the heck out of everything and making some more Star Destroyers and whatnot. But I can't, because we're out of maintenance points. I've got materials, I just don't have the points to spend because of all of the smuggling that's going on here. So we'll get that fixed. Alright, so it looks like over here we came up to the Trogan system. And normally a little 2-energy world system isn't worth it, but for me, I don't want the Rebels to get there. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Alright, so Piet is working on Jomark, which actually switched to the Imperial side, which is perfect. So we'll let him do that down here. We've deployed a garrison out of the Star Destroyer, and we're going to move it over to this planet, and we're just going to keep going, and hopefully we can just get garrisons there. If we find any neutral planets, we'll send Piet after he's finished. Alright. And we'll let that go again. Now, I totally neglected production in the last episode because I really wanted to take out the sector, but I feel pretty good about it. Right now, the Rebels still have a lot of Outer Rim systems that they could be hiding in, which is always kind of an issue, but Wascaro joins the enemy. Alright, so we found our first little pocket of resistance. And, oh, it looks like they have fleets coming in there, too. So, in that case, let me see. Do we have any infrastructure here yet? We don't. So if I were to remove all the troops on this planet before those mines get here, we would lose the planet, so I don't want to do that. But if I had 6 troops, we can take this no matter what. So we'll just wait till those mines get there. I'm going to stay here as well because that way I can engage these fleets when they come in. And hopefully my single Star Destroyer with an escort should be enough. But if not, I'll be able to hopefully get away from that engagement as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. That'll be kind of fun. Over here it looks like we're still waiting. Got about 50 days for him to get his reinforcemements. And we're just kind of chilling in Pharaoh. And the Death Star is heavily protected by TIE fighters because it's vulnerable to starfighter attack, as you probably expect. So now we'll just watch this for a little bit until we get all of our people to where they need to be. Here we go, Battle at Pharaoh. Nice. Tell you what, it's so much fun. Let's take command. Fingers crossed, didn't crash. Okay. Like if your game's gonna crash, it's gonna happen right there. So let's go ahead and let's take care of this in the most imperial way possible, shall we? We'll definitely take this, make that the target, put the camera on it, we'll rotate it around. And up. Okay, this isn't working because I'm trying to see the Death Star. There it is. Okay, so basically the Death Star is ready to shoot, so I can just, need to zoom in so I can find it. Just right-click this. Okay, here we go. I mean, this is every time you get to do this, it's just so awesome. So the animation is pretty cool. There it is. The Rebel fleet's been destroyed. That doesn't get old. It just does not get old. So it's going to be a little bit worse when we play Season 2 on the Rebel side. I'm going to be a little scared. And then after that, we'll start as, if you guys saw the channel update yesterday, this will be out Every Wednesday. Saboteurs strike at Topra. Oh no. Topra. Where the heck's Topra? Here. Looks like they want my refinery, so we gotta be careful with that. I don't know if I... Yeah, I think I should. Alright, Lord Vader has made it. And we have the Battle of Fira. Same thing. Just gonna... Alright, so there, we're rebuilding the gen core that they just blew up, just to make sure that they can't do anything. What's going on here? Smuggling losses end. That's a big deal. Alright, so looks like Jerajod's actually doing his job, since it seems like we're winning. His traitorous ways have been stemmed for now. So we're going to put Lord Vader on a mission to Ferris, or Fairdus, I don't know how to say that. He's going to do some diplomacy there. So we've got diplomacy going across the board, essentially. We've got 4 planets we're working on right now, which is pretty good, because then we'll be able to jump to the other ones, and then we can start our Outer Rim campaign. I don't know, do we dare take the Death Star to Yavin after what happened? I think we should. Now, this is only giving me the information of what was there at the very start of the game. I don't know if Luke's still there, and I really don't want him to meet Vader. So... I kind of explained it a little bit in the last episode, but if Luke meets Vader, all bets are off. It's not good for us at all. Essentially, he'll learn his heritage and then possibly be injured, but if Luke has gained enough strength, he might actually capture Vader, which would be a real problem, and then we'd be Coruscant and the Emperor away from losing. So that's the thing, you're always very close to losing if you're on the Empire side, just because of the way that they kind of gate that content. Alright, let's see, did those mines show up yet? And if not, when did they get here? Okay, so we have the mines here. Cool, so I can pull off that Dark Trooper. I no longer need it. So we'll bring him over here, and then he'll be here in a little bit, and we'll be able to take this planet. And then once I do that, I'll be able to do espionage, find out what's coming in, and when it's coming in. Okay, so we have some idle personnel. So we have Villar here, who's actually a... Let me do... I'm going to do some espionage on my own planet, because this has been taking a long time to get up there, so I wonder if somebody, like if there's a rebel agent working against us. So I'm going to have him do that real quick. Let's see, we have idle personnel up in here. Bevel Lesmic, who's our Jedi, horrible. He's the guy that essentially, Chief Imperial Space Station designer and the creator of the Death Star prior to Rogue One, prior to Disney, prior to End of Legends. But unfortunately, he was the one, and every character has a chance, except some of them, to maybe become a Jedi when you play through, so it's always different. And it was him. And he has horrible stats across the board. The only thing that he's good for is research and development, which he's the best character for. But everything else is absolute crap. It's horrible. So... Oh no, there was a natural disaster on Ortrassi. That's okay, though. Let's go there. That's fine, because we just lost a bunch of construction yards and stuff. I don't really care about that. It was our construction facility in the Outer Rim, but it's already built everything it needed to do. So, we'll be okay. I'll just have to build a new construction yard out there. Alright, so I'm just watching this. Okay, let's go fast real quick. It's the other thing I wish we could change. I can't adjust this while this is up, so I always have to close this first. Espionage mission report. Okay. Let's see, was anyone there? No. So Ben Asada better start having better results, or we're going to consider him to be a traitor. All these mines are being deployed, which is awesome, which is pumping up our maintenance points. Just letting that go for a couple seconds here. Smuggling losses end, that's another good one. Alright, so we're going to check out how we're doing down here. Joe Mark's almost completely perfect. And we're ready for ground assault here, so let's go ahead and do planetary bombardment. Take out that Mon Cal. There we go. Planetary assault. Ah, we've got Lando Calrissian. He's been captured and injured. How excellent. So we've captured Lando Calrissian at Wascaro. Perfect. Now I'm going to have and have Piet aboard his mission here. Awesome. And now I'm going to take, because I mean, that's practically 100%. Now I'm going to take him here, and I'm going to work up the diplomacy. And while we're doing that, I'm also going to take, and hopefully we don't have anybody show up while I'm doing this, but I need to know what we're going up against. So I'm going to do an espionage mission real quick on the planet to figure out what those fleets are that are coming in. Especially if Lando was here, that might have been one of their more important staging grounds. Obviously, they weren't building anything there, but they were sending troops and things there. The PC did, or the computer does interesting things. It's actually pretty good and pretty aggressive, usually. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a bulk transport. Doesn't even have guns. Okay. Imperial fleet's victorious. Let's go ahead and save it again. Always, always, always save your game in this. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you save it early and often. I just came back from a crash there right after I had saved it, so that's good. Down here, Carmath looks like Pellaeon has done his job, which is excellent. So we'll go ahead and send him up to Tanab and get them back up onto our side. Excellent. Lord Vader is doing very well on Fairness and Kenyan, and then we're almost done flipping the sector. It's really, really important to do this. So as far as that goes, this is probably the most important thing that you can do. If I had left this planet here, or these planets here like this, and the rebels came with a fleet and knocked off the Imperial garrisons and then switched, this whole sector would turn back to the rebels almost instantly. I don't want that. We spent all that time taking that. It would just be a real issue. So it looks like we have the rescue coming in. Okay, it's here. And we destroyed it. But we did get hurt a little bit, which is unfortunate. Because Admiral Griff wasn't on his ship. Okay, well that's fine. We should be okay. I think, if anything, probably the shields are down a little. Yeah, 4 of 15. So the shields aren't recharging very well. We'll make those repairs in space. And unfortunately, there's really no reason for us to move this ship either right now. So we'll just leave it in orbit, because until we get this back up to a comfortable popular support, I have to leave all my troops there. So I could look around and see what they have, but I don't really want to get stuck in a battle for no reason. Alright, we have idle personnel over here at Salst. Let's see what's going on. We have the 3rd Fleet. Excellent. A whole bunch of Imperial commandos and Admiral Thrawn. Very good. I totally forgot about his fleet over here. You know what? We don't really need a presence right now in this loose system. I don't see any rebels. We haven't had any rebel incursions for a while. So Grand Admiral Thrawn and the 3rd Fleet, I'm going to order you out to Yavin to kind of scout the system and see what's going on. I don't think, yeah, stupidly I didn't add any troops to them, so that's going to complicate things, but that's fine. We'll just be an advanced scouting party and see what's up. Alright. So I'm just kind of looking at what's going on out here too. I need to designate another one of these worlds as my new production facility. And I'm thinking, well, Enigra would actually be pretty perfect for a number of things. Okay, let's go very slow again. We've gone a while. Alright. Alright, so this is good. This is coming up nicely. Go ahead and send Viller back to the Death Star fleet. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty pleased with this. We're making good progress. I just need to figure out, and let's do manufacturing real quick. Idle construction yards. Oh, we got a ton of them. Alright, good. There's only 2 here. I swear there's some that are a lot bigger. There's a lot here, but they seem to be pretty small. Let's see. That's the equivalent of 4 since this other ones count as 2. Okay, shipyards. Kenyan. Wow, they just have a whole bunch of small facilities. Okay, well that's fine. We'll just do it like this. So I am gonna make Douglas down here our new production facility in the Outer Rim. So we will take this, we'll make a destination here. And we'll build 2 advanced construction yards that'll take essentially 70 days in best case scenario for them to get out there. And then I will just continue to do that with each of these systems that has resources. Not this one, because I only have one. That'll take a while. So destination here, same thing, we'll build 2. Again, 70 days. And then that should be enough. Once they have all 4 of them there, they can finish out the remaining construction that they need, and then cap the system with energy. And then we can start sending mines around and really try to build up the Imperial facilities again. Because we know that the Rebels still potentially could have half the galaxy, and the computer is really good at trying to maximize its production potential. So we could still be at a disadvantage here if I don't continue to grow. So we'll do that. We'll also build some troop training facilities, which was definitely recommended by the viewers, and thank you for that. Fleet initiates a blockade of Yavin. Excellent. Good job. Awesome. So now we even have more facilities. Great. Alright, so we're at Yavin. Looks like they have completely abandoned the Yavin base. There is nothing here, which is good. They do have mines and refineries, which I don't want them to have. So let's go ahead and just target those civilian facilities. It's kind of dick, but there we go. They were already fully to the Rebel Alliance anyway. So there we go. We wipe those off. Now I don't think the core worlds found out about that. No, clearly they didn't. So that's good. Nobody got upset. I was just very mean. So that's nice. Alright, so now they're getting absolutely no positive support from this planet. So that's great. And we can take Thrawn and his 3rd fleet. And before we do that, I'm just going to come up here. I'm looking for a training facility now. So let's see, idle training. Well, there are probably not many idle training facilities, but there are some training facilities. Let's see, 14. So destination here. We'll just build stormtroopers. They are the cheapest and the fastest to make. Well, they're maybe not. Maybe the Imperial Army regiments are better, but let's do that. 100 days. We'll have our fleet full so that we can go through and start taking out this sector as well. Excellent. No, over here I just wanted to double check to make sure that they got their fleet. They did. Alright, looks like we're ready for ground assault. Prepare for ground assault. Planetary assault. Alright, so we've taken Exfal. It wasn't really important to us. I just wanted to make sure that nobody was hiding out there, which is really important. So now that we've done that, I also need to get more troops back into our facilities, but it doesn't look like we have anything yet, so I'm going to leave them right there. I need a mining population before I can pull them off. Okay, excellent. Let's see, where else do I have troop facilities? Looks like I have some here. Only one. How about up here? Yeah, we got 2 up here. This is good. So we'll just make the destination 6th fleet. 5th fleet, I'm sorry. And see, that's going to take closer to 100 days, actually. There we go. Alright, excellent. So then we're just going to continue to fill up our fleets as we do this. We're pretty much shifting our course now to the Outer Rim just to scour for the Rebels. Eventually we're going to find their headquarters, and it's going to be pretty fun what happens once we do. So we'll just wait here for those troops. Pretty much in a holding pattern right now. Lord Vader is doing well. They're pretty close now. Alright, so Bilbringi and Tanab have finished their construction yards. Now we're sending them out to the Outer Rim, which will take a while. And their convoy. Alright, let's pause that. So we finished Kinyon. Excellent. Jared Jod is no longer being traitorous, which is also very helpful. Send them to Wistry, I think. There we go. Make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, Colm is completely diplomatic up. We'll just top off everything here. That'll be perfect, and then we can move on and maybe blow up some more planets. The Glythe sector is very close here to the core, but it's not actually considered the core, thankfully. because, I mean, it's right next to it. So that's going to be our logical place to move the Death Star and start to look. I would actually blow up every single damn Outer Rim planet if I could, just because I think that would be fun. But I do think that that actually gets back to the core of the galaxy. We're going to have to test that, for sure. Alright. Alright, so it looks like everything is going pretty well. Okay, yeah, now they're to the point that I don't actually need a garrison. And I can take these guys back. I need to leave one there, and it's going to say that they're close to uprising, but that's only for... That's only until he gets them a little bit higher. So let's continue. There we go. We're going to lose smuggling losses, though. Probably. No, we're okay. Okay. Excellent. So this is awesome. We now have a good number of facilities, and we'll be able to once again maximize our mine outputs and everything once this production facility down on Douglas is completed. Hold on a second. That looked like a battle. So Topra is apparently really important to the rebels. They keep trying to destroy this. Let's see. Do I have anything left? I do still have some facilities left, so we'll just build another Gen Core level 2. So the planet's completely impervious to the rebels. And if you're playing an advanced playthrough and you want to really play it the correct way, one of the other suggestions I got in the comments was that you should be replacing your infrastructure here with like the advanced versions, and you totally can, and the computer is going to do that. I've just always thought that for me it was a waste of time because I knew that they were going to just, you know, do whatever. Roll over me. Actually, it took a long time for me to start winning, and part of the reason that was because I didn't, you know, I wasn't doing it right. Alright, so here we have Lord Vader. I'm going to send him to help on Wistrel so it gets done faster, so we can get a move on it, but we're also still working on these two planets. So far, so good. Alright, so we've come up to Dar Or. What a name. Actually, and you know, we can, after we take it, we can figure out what it is. Here. Dar Or is recorded in Imperial charts as OM973. The planet is a low-gravity forested world which orbits in an orange sun. It orbits an orange sun and is home to intelligent flying mammal called the Rydar. Never heard of it. Dar Or has been declared an Imperial Species Preservation Zone, but some smugglers have bypassed travel restrictions. I'm sure somebody made a book about that. I have no idea what that is, but it's pretty cool. So once you have a planet, you can take a look at their the encyclopedia, which is pretty neat. Like Joe Mark down here. Planet is mostly ocean, but with one small continent called Kalish and thousands of small islands. The colonists who came to this planet long ago lived by fishing and sea farming. Interesting. Alright. So, we're waiting down here. Let's see. This is going to show up, looks like, about 10 days. And we'll have our production facility. And we get back underway of increasing the Imperial war machine. Go back up to medium, which gives me time to respond to anything. Heck, we'll just go fast. Alright. Kifrix joins the enemy. So basically all that means is that we came up... Oh! Filv is under blockade. Where is this? Okay. So they tried to bomb this planet, and it looks like they failed. But I can check to see what they had, which is important. Okay, so they have a small fleet. Corellian gunship, bulk transport. Doesn't look like they have any soldiers. Looks like they're just trying to fade me. Okay. Unfortunately, Ord-Trassi is completely open to bombardment because of the natural disaster we had, but I'm pretty sure that almost every other system here is completely capped to the rebels, and that fleet will never break through 2 Gen cores. So, if they're on their way to Topra, they might beat they'll probably beat the Gen core for sure. So they might end up taking out that world, and that's actually a pretty big deal for us because it has a ton of refineries. So we'll have to keep an eye on that because that could be a pretty big blow. Alright, so let's see. We should... I think we have it now? Yeah? No. 2 more days. Fast. There it is. Advanced construction yard's been deployed. Very good. Now the first thing we're gonna do is build 2 gen cores, and that time will go down as more of the construction yards come in, but I want that to be okay. Yeah, see, now that they're bombing us, and it's upsetting everybody that we're not dealing with it. So you can see that the population has gone slightly rebel, because they're kind of like, hey, if you're not going to do anything, I'll join them. And as we all know, that would be a mistake for them. Alright, so Kifrix is here. It doesn't really have anything of value, so I'm just going to take off the mine. There we go. We'll come back to that, because I don't want to use all my troops that I have left there, if I don't have to. But now that I know that there's no production there, it's not really a problem. Here we go, Carduine. Uh-oh, this might actually be difficult. I am not sure that we're going to survive this. I'm just looking at this. So we have, we've got our Lancers, we've got an ISD that's crippled already. We've got our support ships, but this thing right here is actually really strong. And their stalwart is a hyperdrive inhibitor. Okay, we're gonna take command. This could be the battle of our time. Just kidding. I totally 100% expect to lose this. But I can't retreat. And if we're going to lose, we're going to go down in a blaze of glory. All right. So let's see, what do we have here? We have the Endurance, which is actually the real threat. I could try to take out the Stalwart. Okay, I didn't see if they had a lot of fighters or not. We'll let it go for a second, see if any fighters come at me. Because I don't want to waste my starfighters by telling them to go fight the fighters if there aren't any. Doesn't sound like there are. Okay, so this is a good thing. So if there are no fighters, then my fighters are really going to be helpful here. We could actually win this then. Okay, so in this case, first let me just tell them to attack the fighters. And it'll take a second, and if there are any, they'll put on here that they're attacking a specific unit. Okay, so there aren't any. Good. All right. So what I want to do, I think we're actually going to go for the win here. So I'm going to take Task Force 1, which is the ISD Avarice, and I'm going to tell them to attack this with a standoff. Task Force 2, which is 2 of our Carrack cruisers and the Interdictor, will also attack this. Task Force 3 will take out the Nebulon B, which is actually kind of a problem for us, as well as the fighters. Because the Nebulon B is kind of like an anti-fighter platform, and I want to get that down as soon as I can, so by having those guys on it, that should be good. Actually, let's not do that. Let's have them chill here for now. I don't want them to get out of range of the rest of the fleet, so they start taking hits. Wait till we're up to engagement range. Okay, now having the Admiral here actually helps a lot. Hopefully I made him an Admiral. I don't know if it won't tell me right now if I did, but if I do, it gives a bonus to ship movement. I think we'll be okay. I'm looking at this, it looks like we're pretty good on shield recharge. Might have made some repairs. Alright. Alright, so I'm sending in the fighters now. Let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see the fight. The Star Destroyer is going to get wrecked. But the point of that is to... let's make sure these tactics are right. Let's change their tactics to surround. Just... this way everybody in the fleet hits, because sometimes if you do it standoff, some of them are out of range. Yeah, we're gonna lose the ISD. It didn't even take long. And you can see that this ship is way more powerful than an ISD. But if I keep the ISD moving, there's a good chance it'll repair itself. Now it's caught in the tractor beam. Imperial Star Destroyers are great, but without a heavy escort, they're really actually kind of vulnerable themselves. Which is what we're seeing here. Here, we'll go ahead and center the battle right there. You kind of still see what's going on over here with the Nebulon B. I can't even get the shields down on that. No, see, look, by moving them around, they're actually doing a good job of repairing, because their engines are going out, coming back on, their shields were back on. And that's good too, because what's happening is the computer is considering the ISD out of the fight right now. So you can see it's shooting at other things, which is fine, because we definitely want to keep that damage moved around, essentially. And we're wearing down their shield generator too. Okay, we finally got the Nebulon B to the point that it's hurt. So that's good. Once we get rid of that, the biggest threat to the fighters is gone, and then these fighters against this will really, really help. Alright. Good job, Admiral Griff. He's doing excellent. As long as he keeps moving around, like I said, they'll keep making repairs. I think it's to encourage battle tactics, because if the ship sits in one place, it doesn't really repair itself, but if it's on a course where it moves. Oh, sweet. Alright. So now I've set the remaining gold group onto the Endurance, which will really, really help. Especially if we get their shields down, it has torpedoes, it almost instantly will destroy it. You can see their shields just recharged a little bit, but now we're coming back in. We need our lasers back on our Star Destroyer, which is why he's moving around trying to get a shot at it. But that's actually helping, because it looks like our shields are coming back too. We could win this, guys. We can win this. I feel good about this. Depends on how well this is holding out. Yeah, our interdictor's doing pretty good. There we go, their shields are down. Alright, let's get those shields out of the way so that we can launch those torpedoes. And once that's down, I think this is a mop-up job. Just keep this ISD moving around. Its hyperdrive is, possibly just down right now, so I don't know if we could even retreat if we wanted to. I can't tell if this is gone or not. It might be, like, very slow, or it might be gone. Damn. Come on, guys. Everybody concentrate on this. Oh man, that was my fault. I didn't have Task Force 3 attacking this. Hopefully we don't lose our interdictor because of that. Alright, this is perfect. Watch this. Now that we got the shields down, we'll start firing torpedoes. They'll be white, and this'll really, their hull is gonna go really fast. Yeah, there they are. Boom, boom. Check that out. Oh, smack. That's why these are, like, seriously the best fighters in the game. They can do superiority and bombing. And look at that. Once you get the shields down, capital ships are gone. There it is. Boom! Alright, so I need to give them... Okay, so I'm telling them now to attack all the capital ships. So it'll pick the best target based on what's left in a surround. Our interdictor's in trouble, but it's still got engines, so it can move, it can still fire. We're going to take out the Resolute next, which is probably the biggest threat to us. And we're going to take it out pretty quickly with the entire fleet focusing it. We just need to get some... See, our shields are coming back. This is awesome. We just need to get the lasers back online. And I didn't think we'd win this. We definitely would have lost if we simulated this. Alright, so their engines are out. They're currently in a tractor beam, which is what the blue is, which means they can't move. So we just need to knock out that shield generator. The shields are hard to crack, but once you get them down, like I said, with these fighters, it'll be over fast. There we go, shield generator's out. Alright, fire those missiles, fire those torpedoes. There it is. Boom. I love it. Every time those white ones attack, it's such a nice thing. Alright, let's see, how's our inner ISD doing? Okay, it's back to firing lasers. Look at that, we're repairing nicely. Excellent job, Admiral Griff. You're gonna deserve a commendation today. Man, I love these 1998 graphics. That's just badass. Okay. Let's zoom back out. Looks like this is what we're attacking now. So go ahead and center the camera there. The Stalworth is now taking the brunt of our forces. Yep, it's attacking the Stalwart as well. So I'll zoom out here so we can see the entire fleet. And look at that, yeah. So I mean, we're gonna come out of this with probably full shields again. Yeah, there we go. We got our lasers up to 2, so they're about halfway up to full charge. All we need to do is get the shield generator back up. We're gonna have some hull damage. It's gonna take a while to repair that, but not a big deal. The good thing about this, in here, I mean, the interdictor is kind of screwed, but it still has hyperspace capabilities, which is great. We're down to 2 TIE Defender squads, which is okay, because I mean, we still have all the missiles. We don't need them necessarily, but we definitely want them. What is this up here? Oh, that's their Resolute. They pulled it out of battle. That's fine. We'll clean it up at the end. And our interdictor, I'm gonna start giving the interdictor orders to move around so that it starts to, and you can use these boxes to put up points in space. So it's gonna move over here, and then hopefully as it does that, it'll start to repair itself. That way I'm also getting it out of the fight in case this thing has any lasers left it doesn't hit. You can see we got torpedoes going into it. This won't be long. That was pretty awesome. This is our first real tactical win, I think, where I had the weaker force and I ended up winning. So that was nice. Okay, so now they just have to attack that, which they will. Alright, so he's going for it now. And look at that, we were almost up to full on our shield generators, so that's awesome. Just keep that going. That's kind of nice. It's going to take a little bit longer because that'll give us a chance to get that set up. And this one, there's not much I can do about it. The interdictor is pretty screwed. It's going to need some dry dock time. There we go. Awesome. So that was pretty good. We should have lost that engagement. If they had fighters, we probably would have lost. But the fact that they didn't have fighters really swayed that into our favor. We ended up losing 4 squads of TIE Defenders, but I mean, you can just see the versatility of the TIE Defenders and how important they are. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and pause it. Oh, this is bad. Okay. We're going to take command of this again just because I don't want any problems. I'm afraid this thing could kill us. Let me see. Let me just simulate it. Fingers crossed. Okay. We didn't lose anything. Good. Alright, very slow. Looks like they're back on Filv up here. Whatever. Alright, let's also double check this. Okay, so they have a ship facility. This is actually way worth everything. The Avarice got hurt badly in that last engagement. Our hyperdrive's out. It's not going anywhere. So, that means that we're probably going to have to do a ground assault here. Let's see, what do they have on this planet? Let's have troops. So let's do a planetary bombardment. Okay. We'll just have to keep doing that till we blast off all their troops. Because I only have 5 troops, so I can't risk. There we go. I can't risk any in a ground campaign because I won't land all 5. They'll probably take a few out as we go down. So let's see, where else can I get a troop from? Are they finally to the point that yeah, okay, garrison requirement 0 now, so I can do that. And that's perfect. So once they get there, I can take this planet. And that's actually really good because I need that planet to both replenish my fighters and to repair those ships in space docks. So this actually worked out really well for us. So we're going to take that, and I'm pretty pleased. Let's come down here and see that 3 of the 4 have arrived. So our production facility is doing well, and we are at about 45, 50 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. But you guys got to witness some tactical battle play, and that was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. It genuinely does help me. I appreciate each and every one of you. So this is Captain Katarn. I will see you in the verse. Thanks for watching.